Hello, I'm Deb Kais with Stampin' on the Hill. Are you ready for spring? I think I'm done with winter. How about you? We've had some nice days and then it gets cold again, but that's Michigan for you. Today we are going to do the sketch challenge for March. If you didn't, feel free to go back I posted on Monday the actual sketch, but let me give you a showing of that. Here it is. Really simple. It's just some cardstock in colors, or you can do it however you want. DSP, whatever, underneath. But it's just breaking your card up into kind of 3 sections. So without further ado, let's just get going, right? Okay, so today we're going to use the Cheerful Daisies stamp set. And I'm going to just use the one die. Oh, speaking of dies, did you ever wonder why in a stamp set, this one doesn't have that, but why in a stamp set, I'm going to bring this other one in just to show you, there are 2 of the same thing and 2 of these. Why does this happen? Well, let me tell you, it's to make your life easier, because typically you wouldn't want just one of something on your card. So they give you the option of cutting 2, running 2 through at a time. So there's your handy dandy tip for the day as well. We are also going to be using, let's bring in the papers and stuff here. This is, well, it's going to go this way, right? Yes, it's going to go this way. This is Pretty Peacock, and it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Just the same size as a typical card base. And we'll give that a crease and set this aside. I'm not sure if, anyway. Then I've got a piece of 4 by 5 1/4, which is going to go on the inside and give it just a little border there. So that's going to go there. And I've got a 6 by 6 piece of DSP. This is from Unbounded Beauty. And then I've got a strip of Summer Splash. And I will show you what we're going to do with all this. Let's bring in, let's move these inside of the way and bring in the cutter, because I'm going to show you how to maximize, and you don't have to use a 6 by 6 piece. You can do this however you want, but how to maximize my 6 by 6 piece of DSP. We're going to, let's see, we want it to be 4 inches, right? Because we want it to be 1/4. Ultimately, we want it to be the same as this, 4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to cut this first at 4 inches. And then we're going to cut it at 5 1/4. Now this piece I'm going to save, because it's the exact size we need to use at the bottom of our white piece that's going to be in the center. I think I would turn it upside down. Or you can use this side of it. That's fine too. I'm not sure which I'm going to use yet. We'll wait and see. But that piece is going to be there. This is going to end up being on the front. And then this piece, we get to choose how big or small. Let's see. I'm going to end up stamping on here. And so I get to choose how wide, how much space I want on either side of my strip here. And I'm thinking that, let's see. I'm thinking I'm going to turn it over and do it this way. Yep. So I think we're done with the cutter for now. And we're going to stamp on here. What did I choose? I chose Can't even read it. Wishing you the brightest birthday. And we're going to stamp it in pretty peacock, sorry. And I'm just going to stamp, we could stamp it multiple times if you want, but I'm just going to go with once. Make sure we got it kind of in the center here. Okay, and then I was going to also stamp just to give this, I'm going to change my mind on this. I had these little flowers out from the Cheerful Daisies, the 3 of them together, and I was going to just lightly stamp on the background of this, but then I'm thinking now that I'm going to put it on here, it'll be too busy. So I'm not going to do that. Let me quick grab my chamois and wipe this off. All right, so that's that. Here's this. We might as well get to gluing. You know, I've been using this glue, and this isn't it. I finally swapped it out. You'll be happy to know. But I had been using that glue for probably a month before I realized, or before, every time I try to use it, it doesn't work, right? So I finally retired it. And although I still have it because I'm such a miser with my glue that, let's see, what are we going to do with this? That I still have it on my desk over there, still waiting, upside down, waiting for more to come out. What do you think? Should we put it this way? Or should we make it match that and do it this way? I think I'm going to go with this way. That seems kind of busy for such a small space. All right. We'll glue that down to the bottom. And I guess we can glue this right in here while we're doing this, huh? We can. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing here. I tend to keep pulling it toward me so I can see what I'm doing, and it pulls it away from the camera lens. Okay, so now that this is here and that's there, I'm going to glue on one piece at a time. You could, if you wanted to, you could glue this to here. These are both the same width, and I could glue this on. Yep, let's just do that. You could glue them separately too, and I'll show you why when we do it. I had another one, and I'll show you in a minute. It's a couple of the other samples of why you might want to have it separate. But this should work for now. So now I'm going to take and figure out where on my card I want it. And it's going to go over the border, okay? So it's going to come all the way to the card edge, not just the edge of the white DSP. And you can have it go this way, you can have it go as far up as you want, but I'm going to kind of eyeball I'm going to eyeball it with the edge here and the edge here. So that's where I'm going to put it. And this is going to be a little bit messy because I'm going to glue all of it. You could probably be more precise and make sure your glue only is going to go where you want it to go, or that it's not going to hang off. But I want it to be like this and up there. And I think I'm going to move it up just a bit too. Okay. Now, once it's on there, this is the messy part because I over glued. So now we're going to turn this over, grab our paper snips, and it gets a little bit tough right here because I'm going through that extra cardstock layer there, but we're just snipping this off. You could, let me show you, let me get this mess out of my way first. And wipe off my glass mat. All right. All right, so here's the basic card. I ended up thinking it needed something else. So what I did ahead of time is I cut out a couple of these. I was just going to show you quick how I do it. So let's grab, I was going to grab Petunia Pop in a piece of scratch paper that I forgot to bring in. And let's grab a sponge. My husband was borrowing mine, and now I don't know where he put it. I usually have it right here. Don't ask. Well, you can ask. Or he's helping me try to get some photos taken so that we can update the for sale album. Okay, so what I have going on is I'm inking the lined version of the daisy, and I'm going to add that in full strength. And I'm just going to clean this off a little bit so I don't make a mess on my hands. And then I'm going to ink up the solid part. I'm going to stamp that off. It's pretty, isn't it? And then I'm going to try to line this up without moving everything. Line this up. Can you see? Good. And that fills that in. And then we'll stamp this off a little bit to clean that. And then I was going to bring in the peach pie. And again, I chose these colors because these are the colors in the color palette for the DSP. And so this is just the little center. Just going to give that a whirl. And it's going to go in here like this. So that's how I did those. Clean off my stamps here a second. And then we're going to run this through. We're going to put this on here. And you know how this works, so I'm just going to do it over here on the side for you. Of course, I used some washi tape to hold it together to go through the machine. And I'm gently pulling this off. This was a new piece of washi tape. You know, I keep it on the machine in between because I keep using it, and it gets less and less sticky as you go. But so this is good enough for what we want. And then what I was going to do is I was just going to put some of these around just to give it a little more decoration. Let's see. I think I like this one the best. So we'll pop that one up. And the rest of these, I'm just going to glue down. Glue a couple. And glue another one. And then let's pop one up with some A-dimensional. I'm just going to use one in the middle. And where's this one going to go? There. That's cute. Okay, so the other ones I was going to show you, I was playing around with the fruit salad paper. And so I made this one. I thought it was a kind of fun. Colors, I had a hard time with the pineapple. So this is the back side of the pineapple. And I ended up using the actual pineapple paper on the inside. And then I made another one just to show you that on this one I used a folder. Something black on there. I used a folder so that instead of using DSP as the background, and then I did use a DSP strip for here, and I thought it looked a little bit blah. So I ended up adding some ribbon. Can you see the ribbon? I pleated it. Can you see it? It's kind of cool, huh? Anyway, that was kind of fun. This one I didn't, this one opens this way. I didn't put anything on the inside of that one yet, but I might later. So anyway, there are your cool samples. And I hope that you take the challenge. Let's see, if you choose to take the challenge, be sure to take a picture of your version of the sketch and post it back on Monday's post, if you will, as a comment. And I think that's about it. I do send out, if you're interested, 4 projects per month in, well, whatever our class was, like for March this month. I'm going to send out, I did already send out the newsletter, which included the February's projects that we did at card class. So if you're interested in grabbing those, be sure to sign up for my newsletter. I'll put a link in the description here so you'll be able to find it. And until next time, thanks for watching.